Welcome to Out of Spec Reviews, and these are the 11 things you need to know about the Nissan Ariya. This is Nissan's new fully electric crossover that's coming later in 2021. The first thing you need to know is how much does it cost, and the Nissan Ariya will start at about $40,000 before federal tax credits, which in some states can equal $4,000 or $5,000, and federal is about $7,500 here in the US. A really amazing value for what you're going to get out of this vehicle, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. Number two, that $40,000 was for the entry-level trim, which is going to be the smaller 65 kilowatt-hour gross battery pack capacity and front-wheel drive. There are other trims as well. You can option that smaller 65 kilowatt-hour pack, which is still quite large, with all-wheel drive. It's called EForce right here. This one has it. And then you can even choose a larger battery pack, a 90 kilowatt hour. 87 of that is usable, which is amazing. It's a lot. And that you can option in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. So you have 4 drivetrain configurations. And then, of course, you have different trim levels. And knowing Nissan's naming architecture, you can go S, SV, or SL, and more options, of course. On the SL, that's the top of the line trim. Number 3, as the case with any electric vehicle, you want to know how far it goes, and as do we. We're projected to see 300 miles of EPA range with the big battery and the front-wheel drive configuration. What will the others come in at? We'll have to wait and see, but of course we'll be doing our own testing on every configuration to see how far the car goes on a single charge. Number 4, charging. Well, you can see this is the charge port for the US market. It's up here on the front passenger side, and gone is the CHAdeMO connector. If you're familiar with the Nissan Leaf, it used the CHAdeMO standard. This car uses the newly adopted standard, or I should say newly since about 2013, of CCS. This is the way all electric cars are going, and that means you have the J1772 port on the top and the 2 DC pins at the bottom, and it will allow for 130 kilowatt peak charging rate on the small and large battery pack. That's pretty fast. We don't know the efficiency of the car yet for sure, so we don't know how many miles per hour of charge that will get you, but of course we'll do the calculations soon. Number 5, thermal management for the battery pack. Many air-cooled EVs, such as the previous Nissan Leaf, would really hate to be DC fast charged on hot days, and they would actually slow your charging speeds to the point where your trips would take a really long time. That is gone completely because now the battery pack in the Ariya is liquid thermal managed. So it can cool itself down, it can heat itself up, and it can make sure it's at the right temperature no matter the conditions, so you can just keep driving with predictable charging and driving habits. I don't know. On to the next one. Number 6, inside here in the cabin, it will almost feel like home because Alexa will be integrated into your car. We'll have to experience what that's like, but maybe she can even open your garage door, turn your lights on at home, and do everything else Alexa does for your daily lives. Sorry if I just set your Alexa off. Alexa, stop. You're welcome. Number 7, this car has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So you can just get in your car with your phone, put it in the wireless charger right here, and you're good to go. And CarPlay will just come right up on the screen. No need to connect anything. Number 8 is the available EForce all-wheel drive system. We touched on it back, I believe, in number 2, but what this is really interesting. With an electric car, you don't just have one motor or one engine that leads to a drivetrain. This will have 2 separate motors, one on the front axle and one on the rear, to individually control its power to the ground. It means really precise handling, and it means very predictable handling in poor weather conditions. Pretty cool. Number 9, Safety Shield 360 comes standard on the Ariya, even in the base configuration, and this is all of your active safety. So if you're coming up on a vehicle in the front and you're not paying attention, which you should be, it will slam on the brakes and help you potentially avoid a collision. It will also slam on the brakes if you're backing into something, for example, in a tight parking space. If you're inching towards another car, it will intervene and stop you right before you touch the bumper of another vehicle. It also will stop you if you're exiting the lane. It will warn you, say, hey, there's someone around there, and of course it has blind spot monitoring. A lot going on to keep you safe on the road. Number 10, ProPilot Assist 2.0. Not only will this car help you stay with adaptive cruise control a good distance to the car in front, it will also help you steering with keeping you in the middle of the lane, making lane changes for you based off of your navigation inputs, and even on select roads, without your hands on the wheel. It has eye tracking, so you don't necessarily need to touch the steering wheel when going down the highway. I can't wait to try that one out. And lastly, number 11, something I'm very excited about, the Nissan Ariya will be towing capable. It can tow up to 1,500 pounds here in the US, and that's perfect for an accessory trailer or a bike rack, things you would want to do with a small crossover, sort of an adventure vehicle with that trailer hitch. Absolutely love it. Thanks for joining us for the 11 things you need to know about the Nissan Ariya. Hop over to our other channel if you want a full in-depth tour around the vehicle, and that will be linked in the description below. See you on the next one.